Hey there everyone, it's your boy B3 back with another graphic novel review. Thought I should throw one out there. I'm reviewing Blue Beetle Volume 2 Hard Choices from DC Rebirth. I just sold it and I'm about to mail it off, and I was like, oh, I haven't reviewed it, so let me give you a read-up of the back real quick. The fate of the world is in one teen's hands. Jamie Reyes is more than your average high schooler. When he's not awkwardly talking to girls and taking tests, he happens to be a superhero, with the powers granted to him by his bond with the mysterious Scarab. Jamie takes on evil as a legendary crime fighter known as Blue Beetle. But without those powers, would Jamie still be a hero? He's about to find out. An ancient evil has come to Jamie's home city of El Paso to take possession of the Scarab and use it to turn the world into a deadly hellscape. Now, without his powers, Jamie has to leave saving the world to his more powerful friends, like Dr. Fate, OMAC, and even his mentor Ted Kord. But what if Jamie is the only one who can stop the evil before it takes root? Can Jamie step up and become the hero he's meant to be, even without his powers? Classic Comics writing team Keith Giffen and J.M. DeMantis and artist Scott Collins continue the rebirth of Blue Beetle. Collects Blue Beetle 6 through 12, $16.99 in the USA, $22.99 in Canada, ISBN 978-1401275075. It's an okay book. Sometimes there's some monologue-y exposition that's a little old-fashioned and stuff. You know, there's an issue at the end where Batman kind of shows up for no real reason. It's kind of one of those single issue like fillers, you know, to kind of break up bigger stories, which is fine. I think those are kind of necessary, actually, and often very enjoyable. And this one was enjoyable. But sometimes I feel like when a smaller book at DC Comics like isn't maybe doing well, sometimes they'll just have a team up with Batman out of nowhere that doesn't really serve a larger purpose. I've seen many DC books do that. Marvel does it with Spider-Man all the time. Pretty normal thing, but it had this villain called Ghostfire, who I thought was really cool looking. I actually really liked Ghostfire. And then it turns out the big bad of the last volume that was hidden was like this pre-sinking of Atlantis sorcerer that Dr. Fate often fights, and he like rips the... And like... So the Blue Beetle and Jamie get separated by Dr. Fate, and then Dr. Fate eventually ends up back with Kent Nelson because he was separated from him, which made him much more dangerous to humanity. And all this stuff. Ted Kord is having the fight. Jamie Reyes finds out one of his friends is OMAC, and Brother Eye is legit crazy. And all this stuff. And we've seen more hints at, like, one of his friend's aunts is, like, some kind of big villain down the road. I'm not super sure if I'll read Volume 3 yet. I mostly read the first two volumes because I'm a big Dr. Fate guy, but I was also a little disappointed with the Dr. Fate until this issue. Once he re-merged with Kent Nelson, I was like, that's the Dr. Fate I wanted. I didn't want the separated from Kent Nelson Dr. Fate. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I like the Kent Nelson one because there's a bit more to the character, you know? But I love the art in this book. Oh my god, I actually really, really like the art in this book. It's good art. I really like the style, and I love how Blue Beetle is drawn as well. You know, there's Scarab by itself, separated, fighting in this big hulking form. I love Blue Beetle's, like, big eyes. Like the big, very emotional kind of anime monster-y eyes. I really like that. I really like the designs of the villains. I think all the villains are designed really well. Basically, all the villains don't have pupils, and I really like it when villainous characters don't have pupils. I think that's a big attraction for me. I liked the villains. Like the big, you know, evil ancient sorcerer god guy was super cliche and stuff, but you don't read corporate comics if you don't want to read cliches. If you're not okay with cliches, don't be reading the corporate comics, okay? But I mean, Blue Beetle is a good book. That being said, I am selling it. I'm about to ship it off. I just, realized I hadn't reviewed it, and I was like, oh, let me do a quick read through in my car and then review it on my phone like a loser. But I have more graphic novel reviews coming soon. I have to review Sinestro Volume 1, which I recently read, and both issues of Volcanosaurus. Yeah, some like dinosaur monster stuff there from American Dark Mythology, something like that. American Mythology Dark, I can't remember. I have a few of their comics though. But that's it. Yeah, I enjoyed this book. You know, it wasn't anything mind-blowing, but it was actually better than I expected. It was a very enjoyable little book. So Blue Beetle Volume 2 Hard Choices from DC's Rebirth Initiative. Thank you all very much for your support. Once again, it's by Keith Griffin, J.M. DeMantis, and Scott Collins. And it's from DC Comics. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support. Rate, comment, subscribe, support us on Patreon, and I'll see you all next time.